Podcast. I'm your host, Justin Horo, aka the Horoscope, joined as always by my guy, the Triple OG, Willie Mason. Mace, I'm going to throw something to you nice and early, brother. TNT, train and trial. Are we ready for an upgrade on a name? Because I've got a couple for you.
Of course I'm ready. It's too long.
TNT, the guy who controls the conversation. Been thinking about it. 4 weeks in, you know, generally that's where you get a good gauge on it, Mace.
Yes.
So I wanted to hit you with this organically too. Based off last week's DJing at the wedding, I'm thinking DJ TIGERTOWN is his new name. DJ
TIGERTOWN.
DJ TIGERTOWN and we will be going a magic round, right?
Yeah.
We're all but confirming, locking everything in. Our partners, the tab, we're all on board.
Oh.
I reckon we get DJ TIGERTOWN to get up on the fucking decks and give us a bit of Shania Twain when we're up there at the magic
100%.
round. I've reached out to our mate Simon Lennox. He's got a little rooftop bar. He's in. He's keen.
Oh, yuck.
DJ TIGERTOWN, how do you feel about that, brother?
Fucking stoked. I'll make sure I pack the USB. So, am I coming with you?
Yeah, we're going to figure that out. We've got to figure that out. We'll lock it in for a night. We'll get you up for a night anyway,
Yes.
and that'll be looked after by the Levels Network.
Beautiful.
Our little crew. But yeah, I think we, basically off the back of last week's episode, people like TNT, he's been killing it. It's time to
It's his
upgrade him, mate.
upgrade.
It's
Kid needs
upgrade.
upgrade.
He's DJ TIGERTOWN. There's DJ Tiger Lily, and now we've got DJ TIGERTOWN. What do you reckon?
I love it.
Yeah. And
Better than TNT.
yeah, TNT was cool.
You're
eh?
not trialing anymore. You're part of the game.
Yeah, TNT was cool, but congratulations, brother. You've just been upgraded. How do you feel about that?
Stoked, man. It's been a great few weeks with you blokes and been very, very exciting. And to be doing this now permanently is awesome. I didn't know this was coming. I literally saw it as a bullet point in the notes.
Yeah,
Here we
TNT
go,
upgrade.
so-
Yeah, I just added that last minute too because I know you go on the notes before. So
Sweet.
we're going to figure out a way to get you up magic round. Can you get on the decks?
Fucking oath.
Are you fucking rolling with Shania straight off the bat too?
Nah,
No, you gotta
Are you gonna-
That'll
ease
come
him into it?
later. Nah, we're gonna hit it with a bit of disco and then we'll roll into a bit of house music and then
Have you got a half an hour set in you?
bro, easy.
Easy. I love that shit, DJ TIGERTOWN.
Half
Mate,
an hour.
so-
That's
so-
not even enough time to set the mood.
Yeah, so I like it. You want to go even longer. So what the plan is, we're going to be out of the magic round. There's going to be more to come.
On those fucking
Yeah.
decks,
Oh, I
mate.
fucking know.
We'll be heading to a bar just near Caxton Street too. We've got a mate. It all roll into it, and then if you want to come catch up with us, there'll be plenty of chances to get up there,
Grouse.
and we'll get fucking
We'll have a good
TNT, aka fucking DJ TIGERTOWN on the decks on the ones and twos.
Your name could be fucking anything by the end of the year or in 2 years.
Oh yeah, you change every 4 weeks.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a monthly fucking nickname change.
I tell you what though, let us know in the comments and like and subscribe. Go on YouTube, leave a review, Apple, Spotify, all the good shit. Keep us rolling. All that shit matters. But everyone's been stoked. Everyone's been pumped. Great episode as always. Grateful, gratitude towards our friends, our partners, the tab. We've got big things coming up. We're going to get to our new. We've put a little bit of a rebranding on it too. We've got the Levels Punters Club in the Bet's Friends channel at the tab, mate. So
right.
it's going to just a little instead of Levels Podcast, we're going to call it the LPC.
That
Levels.
rolls off the tongue, though.
Yeah, it just rolls. It just works.
That's
Just for me,
better.
it
Better.
it just feels organic.
Yeah, it does. That's
LPC,
good.
Levels Punters Club. We're going to be putting our bets in. We actually went all right last week. We went 2 from 4, mate. So you are going to love. I've saved this one for you as well. We've got a proper Levels podcast multi for this week that I've come up with. So
Beautiful.
We'll hit that. By the way, we're almost at 1,000 members as well. Get us to 1K. I think we're about that 950. You know, we've told the tab 1K's kiddies. We're going to knock that shit out of the park.
We'll get it.
We'll get to 1,000. So if you're a fan of the show, you love us, make sure all the good stuff, like, comment, subscribe, jump on our Bet's Friends channel, the LPC. I was going to call you TNT, but DJ TIGERTOWN, let's get into the show, brother.
Brilliant. Boys, last night, Felice KAUFUSI was found guilty at the judiciary, so he's got 4 weeks on the sidelines. That includes the Brisbane derby on Friday.
Make sure you're speaking right into it. TNT, get into those DJ TIGERTOWN. It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to keep.
You always roll with TNT.
TNT's grouse. Yeah, but DJ TIGERTOWN's he's better.
Yeah. You can just roll from TNT into DJ TIGERTOWN.
TNT, DJ TIGERTOWN.
Anyway, back on Felice. A bit disappointing given the way that he's lit the cob up recently.
Yeah, mate. It's a disappointing and it's a disservice to the game of rugby league for me, Mace. Felice KAUFUSI's been arguably the best forward in the competition. You know, definitely, I'd say for the first 2 weeks in particular, really was the reason that the Dolphins won the first couple of games. Probably didn't have his best game against the Knights with a couple of errors and, you know, obviously the penalty at the end, but they still managed to get the job done. And he definitely had people having a fucking little Bo Peep and seeing where he was on the field, Mace. And this game is going to be as physical as it comes. And I feel like we're missing the most physical player from the opening 3 rounds.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I think we were here on Monday going, this is fucking not going to be the same game without Felice KAUFUSI. That's how much impact he's had on the first 3 weeks. And with the Dolphins, like he's their dude. Like he's going to stop that left edge. He's going to be hunting fucking Reynolds and
Ezra Mann's been on fire.
You know, like Ezra Mann's been attacking from everywhere. You'd be looking over his shoulder, but now you're not. You'd be digging into the line a little bit more. You're not that worried. I don't give a fuck who replaces him. Unless you got fucking Brenton Nakora, who's been doing the exact same thing.
Well,
from
it'll
Cronulla,
probably be...
But who's going to replace him?
It'll probably be Kenny Bromwich played middle on the weekend. They had Limalu.
He goes good.
Yeah,
kid.
apologies for getting his name wrong. Connolly Limalu from the Cowboys. He's been good for them on the left edge.
Yeah.
So that pushed Kenny into the middle. They must have had an injury through the middle, and maybe Tommy Gilbert played. What do you got there for DJ TIGERTOWN?
So Kenny's been named in the front row at this point. So
okay.
As you said, you'd assume that he'd go into the back row and partner Lumuelu, and then one of your Wallace or your Nichols probably into the starting
It just
side.
fucks up a lot of the combinations there.
Yeah, because
the
Kenny
trust
was
with
good
the
through the
middles and everything that he was doing on that edge and everything he was doing for the 3-man outside him, the center. Everyone was going off what Felice was doing. Anyone who knows anything about defense will be just going, fucking thank God he's not playing. Because he has that much say in what's happening in that defensive line. He's the line speed. He controls all the physicality. So it sucks that he's not in there, man. Like I want to see him play. I want to see him just go at it.
Yeah, it sucks. And basically, the main guy who's going to probably feel it the most is Isaiah Katoa. Isaiah Katoa's been...
He's protected, man.
He's been protecting
him
as a young kid.
It's like Tony Carroll and Darren Lockyer.
Yeah.
He protected him and was just like, no one's running at fucking Lockyer anymore because Tons is there waiting, fucking ready and willing to put his shoulder through your fucking chest. Yep. And that's what's happening with Felice now. He has that impact. It's just like, well, it's not just a normal legs tackle and getting wrestled like when you're in Melbourne. You're getting fucking pumped now. And they're on point. So that fear factor is out of these ball players' minds. The back rows are running these nice lines. Everyone's out the back, man. It could be a catastrophe on that right edge.
Ezra Mann's best trait is his running game.
Yeah.
The way he can get over the advantage line nice and quick. You're not running the same if you got Felice KAUFUSI of 2023 right in front of you.
But even on that left side, Payne Haas loves running on that left side. Carrigan loves running there.
Yep.
They're playing those beautiful shapes there. So for him to be out, like it just fucks up a lot of their continuity through the middle and on the edge and all through that right side.
A great opportunity, another step in Katoa's progression potentially though, Mace.
Yeah.
You know, one of the beauties of having Felice is he sort of looked after Katoa because we haven't really talked about Isaiah Katoa defensively much, right, to start the season. Be interesting to see. He's going to get a seasoned campaigner in Kenny Bromwich there, but as sound as Kenny is, he's not defensively known as a hitter. He's more of a real tradesman, a real worker.
And look at that left side.
Clean...
The left side for Melbourne, it's been pretty continuous, hasn't it? Like all the relationships there. It's been Kenny, it's been Munster, Olam, and Fox was there.
Yep.
For like 6 or 7 years. That's a fucking long time.
Yeah, they had a good run.
You know what I mean? They had a really good run. No one could get past him though. I'm unbelievable in attack. Now he switches to the right side. It's different movements, different shoulder. You know what I mean? So it's only a little thing, but they are totally different movements. You know, you're coming up and out on your right shoulder. You come that way on your left. You know what I mean? It's all different mechanics. He will fucking do it. He will do a job easily.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, and with the ball, he's always passing right to left. He's going to go right to left now.
That's true.
Left to right, I mean.
He's left to right now.
Yeah, so he's got to do that.
To
like it's just a few little things that he can do just for, it's 4 games now. It's not just fucking 2. That's what shits me about the judiciary. He obviously had
let's
loading,
talk,
didn't
talk
he?
about the result. Like the fact that
Why is
Joseph
it 4?
Suaalii, it was less than what Joseph Suaalii did.
But what I understand, just sorry. Like with Drinkwater, right? He fucking broke a kid's jaw 3 weeks before anything. Like Felicia's is doing his job.
Yeah.
And it was a little bit late or whatever, but like it wasn't.
No.
It doesn't deserve 4 weeks. I know he has loading, which is the thing that cost him 4 weeks. But fuck, they need to change that rule.
An awful rule.
Like, okay, you didn't fight it, you lost. Hey, have your 2 weeks. That's all you deserve. Not 4 weeks for that shit. The thing is, like all ex-players, current players, coaches, anyone to do with the game just wants consistency. Yeah. And they're fucking never consistent.
Well, they had the perfect example in a week-to-week example, and they still don't get it right. I honestly don't know how they come to this conclusion. It hasn't been proper pickled. Once I found out that they were presenting Joseph Suaalii's hit, I was like, I didn't really talk about it too much on Monday because I assumed that it was going to be 6 again. And the fact that now we're not seeing Felise Kaufusi for not only this game, which is fucking a massive disappointment because there's been grouse build up for it already. 4 weeks, bro. That's disgusting.
That's what we don't like.
And I legit called it the week before the hit even happened too. As soon as I seen Joseph Suaalii do this, I went, there is a clear disadvantage or an advantage to halfbacks when they run to the line. Yeah, I want to protect halfbacks, but that's what makes the greatest halfbacks. That's what makes the best halves in the game. The respect that we have for all those guys. Like, I often refer to Fozzie as the toughest player that I ever played with, pound for pound, because he never put me in a bad position. Took it to the line. He took those licks for me on a fucking. Remember when he got pumped by Sam Tagatese against the Titans like 3 times in the one game?
He's tough, man.
And that's why everyone loves him. And the same thing. Yeah, you want to protect the halfbacks, but this is what makes them who they are. Yeah. You know.
If you talk to Joey, JT, Cooper Cronk, all those guys from the 2000s, and even like Ricky Stewart and Alfie Langer, they dug into the line and they copped their medicine from the big boys. That's what you have to do to make yourself great. Yeah. The guys, Andrew Johns was a king at it. Joey and JT were unbelievable at it. That's the difference between even decent halves now and really lower halves. They don't 100%. Dig into the line. You know what I mean? Like they're so petrified of the inside pressure now. And the middles are coming up. And as soon as he checks that like a dummy inside, as soon as he checks, guys are hunting for you straight away. These guys are moving at a different rate these days. So if you're one of those halves who wants to dig into the line, you've fucking got to cop that hit. Otherwise, A, B, and C will just check and hunt to the next guy, which will release a Felise Kaufusi, which will put fucking hell upon your fucking ribs. Yeah. That's why the middles are so. And if you've got a good 7 who can dig into the line and hold up B and C,
game changer.
It's a fucking game changer. Yeah. And that's what Joey made that shit look easy, and so did JT, and any other halfback who's worth their fucking salt. Yeah. Would be copying and pasting off what those guys do. That's why it's hard to develop a good 7, because it's fucking hard. It's one of the hardest positions because the middles 100%. Are moving so good. I credit those guys like the Joeys and JTs. I got to play with both those guys. They made that shit look so fucking easy compared to what are the shit that I'm looking at now with some 7s. I'm like, fuck, you don't dig nowhere near the line. You're petrified of the line. Yeah. 3 or 4 meters from the line. I'm like, fucking yuck, and you're on $1 million?
And they basically run through shape just to do it. Like, they're not really sinking anyone. It looks all pretty, but it's
just come across dummy out the back. Fucking middles come up, boom, straight away, and they get you on the fucking sideline or something like that. The guys who hold those middle guys up are the ones getting the big bucks. Cleary does it well.
Yeah.
DCE does it well.
Ren does it well.
Reynolds does it well. Yep. And then it's fucking light years.
Speaking of halfbacks, Jahrome Hughes was unsuccessful as well.
And Jahrome Hughes does it well. Sorry, he's a fucking gun
does
too.
well.
Well, you won't be seeing it for 2 weeks because he didn't get off at the judiciary. So he will miss the game on Friday against the Tigers and next week against South. Probably a loss they didn't need right now, is it? Yeah, for sure. They're in a tough position at the moment, but I think it's I think this is warranted. I love Hughesy, love Romey. He's one of the great halfbacks in the game, if not a clear-cut second best halfback in the game behind Nathan Cleary. But you'll love this DJ TIGERTOWN. Misses out on the Tigers this week.
Ooh,
that's a plus. This week. Little Jonah Pezzett, I'd imagine, would roll straight back in there with the Prez, Cam Munster. But well. I think Jahrome deserved this.
What did he do?
Shoulder barge to Tanner Boyd in the air. Shoulder barge, didn't really, no intention. So 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Again, right? Let's say, Jerome, let's say this was Alesi Katoa. Exact same contact. I guarantee Alesi Katoa was looking at 4 weeks. And not because Alesi Katoa was a thug or anything like that. It's purely based on little Tanner Boyd got hit by not little, but, Romy's, probably 90 kilos, 88, 90 kilos, Romy. So he hits him illegally, shoulder barge in the air. But Tanner Boyd, goes to HIA, sweet, comes back on. Yeah. But if Alesi or
what if Nas hit fucking Campbell? Nas hit fucking little Campbell.
14 weeks.
Fucking a year.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Life.
It's just a comparison.
Life.
They just go off the size and how brutal it looks.
Yeah.
It should be black and white with the judiciary. That's why they get it
2
wrong.
weeks.
They get it wrong all the fucking time, man. We can sit here. I'm not even wasting energy on the fucking judiciary.
Yeah.
Because I hate it. They get it wrong. They get it wrong all the time.
Yeah.
They try to fix the system up and it's always fucked. Something always happens.
All right, well, let's go elsewhere. We've got
Who's on the judiciary? Could be one of my ex-mates.
Oh, didn't you say fucking the general's on there with you?
Who cares? You get it wrong.
Yeah, because he's removed himself from your WhatsApp group still.
We've got to talk about Mitch Moses again, boys. Kenty came out on 360 and said that the Chooks were sniffing around Mitch pending Luke Keary's health. It was then shut down by Uncle Nick, who spoke to Bars and said that they were flat out not interested.
Looking at that take from Kenty, there was zero conviction in that,
wasn't there?
Usually he's fucking, he's hell bent. He'd fucking, he's like, I'm not sure if he's so apprehensive that he doesn't really want to let it out because it might happen. I don't fucking know because Kenty usually comes out with some balls, puts it on the line.
Well, is this one of those occasions where Kenty knows something but shouldn't be saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He couldn't shut his fucking mouth.
So there could be some validity in it.
Yes.
It's either one or that. I think it's your one where it could be like he's just it's a slow news week. They had nothing. He tosses it up. Maybe heard a fucking shit rumor.
Well, news,
it did create news, right? And then to DJ TIGERTOWN's point, fucking he's had to come out now, and Robbo had to come out, and apparently in the tweet here from Danny Widler had to go and chat to Kiri. So I don't know. Like I'm a bit of a conspiracy theorist myself, mate. Right? So I'm looking at it going, is he so apprehensive about saying it that he really shouldn't be saying it, but he's got good mail and he just doesn't want
mail from the Roosters or someone on the board that he knows? Because I know he knows a lot of people. You wouldn't just be tossing this sort of shit up.
You can't toss that up willy-nilly,
because you got Kiri and you got Sam Walker there. Yeah. They're at least for the next 5 years, I reckon.
Yeah.
And I know, and it was pretty like, he's worried about Kiri's head knocks. Are they? I don't think they are. Not to that extent of trying to chase Moses and lose Kiri, because Kiri's fucking a gun. I would have Kiri over Moses any day.
Well, it's a good thing that you say that because...
Sorry, who would you rather?
Yeah, I'd have Kiri over Moses. Yeah. I feel like would be in the minority on that one though, maybe.
Yeah, but what about who would suit?
Hang on.
So you're on board
3 premierships. He's won 3.
Oh, South. Sorry. Yeah, you're right.
You're on board 2, DJ TIGERTOWN?
I would be 2.
All right. So there we go. Let us know in the comments. Who would you take?
And I just think
Mitchell Moses
because
or
he's
Luke
been
Keary?
injured for the last 18 months. He lost his spot to Luai in Origin, and the Roosters haven't been going that good. But that's nothing on his talent. No one questions that, and everyone's just going, oh. And because of his head knocks, you take all that fucking shit out of the way. I mean, which you have to put into it. But you take the head knocks away. Who are you going? Moses or Keary?
I go Keary every day of the week.
Best player in the league down short sides, Luke Keary.
Yeah.
That's how they won that 2019 premiership.
Well,
he does play good short side.
He's tried and tested, mate. He does play good short side. He's played unbelievably in all the big games. And Moses hasn't turned up in those big games. So you're taking Keary, and I wouldn't, And I'm pretty sure they're similar ages.
They would be close.
Similar ages.
They'd be very close.
No disrespect to Moses, but that's just my opinion. I'm taking Keary right now over Moses.
Yeah, I am too. And to be fair, even though Keary had a rough probably trot a couple of years ago but I believe he played majority of the games last year.
Yeah,
he
wasn't killing it.
I think he started a little bit slower. Started to build his combinations with Sam Walker. By the end of the year, they're playing really well. But from memory, I could be wrong. I think he would only miss 1 or 2 games last year.
That's the thing. We spoke about this coming back from ACL. He's not going to play his best football.
That's right.
Now.
He did the ACL as well.
So he's coming back from his ACL. He wasn't going to play good till the back end of last year. He got confidence in the World Cup. Comes back. He's got that swag.
That's right. And he played in the World Cup. Yeah.
He's going good.
That ACL could have been a blessing in disguise for him coming off those head knocks, and having that. It could be an extension on his career. You know, he's going through a period there with Boydie and Jakey Friend around the same period where it seemed like they were getting knocked out a fair bit.
Yeah.
He has the ACL, and from memory after that, I felt like Kez played at least 90% of the games last year. I can't remember.
And there wasn't a stage where he missed a game because of a HIA or protocol. I'm pretty sure.
TNT will get it up as we're talking.
But I'm pretty sure he's in the clear. I mean, no one's ever in the clear, but he's not continuously getting hit in the head.
Yeah.
Maybe fix his technique up and stuff like that, and just being in the lab working on his game.
Back to Moses and the Roosters. So a couple of things. The conspiracy theorists in me as well. PK, he looked reluctant to say it. Felt like he had mail. Not necessarily, I don't think it might necessarily even be with regards to Keary, or Sam Walker in particular. It's like, just say if they were flirting with the idea that maybe they're on Moses, and then it's up to either of them to fight for that. Because, to be fair, Sammy Walker's had all this hype now coming through, but he hasn't quite solidified, in my opinion, the way that they envisioned it for him. He's got a massive ceiling.
Third year or fourth year now?
He's only third year. And the first year, he started, but then he ended up getting dropped to the bench at the end of the year because they had all those injuries, remember?
Yeah.
Then last year he had a proper full season, little bit up and down with the Roosters form, and then they really got it together at the end of the year. And this is his third proper season, so still got a massive ceiling, Sammy Walker. But maybe it's the fact that Robert had to address it is, again, it makes me think that
you've got to be patient with the Sam Walkers.
I think
you've got to be patient with the Sam Walkers and the young halves of this world. You can't. He got rushed in too early at 18 years old. And then you expect him just to set the world on fire. It doesn't happen anymore, man. It took Joey 3 or 4 years to start hitting those fucking peaks. JT. Piercy.
Juju, remember they threw Juju in there at 17, 18.
You've got to be patient. Look what they did to Dearden. Look what they did to a lot of these really good halves. Brody Croft fucking threw him in, and then the game just spits him up and gets rid of him. Next wonder kid, 18-year-old kid coming out of Schoolboys. It's a fucking big difference, Schoolboys. You don't just roll up. There's only one Brad Fittler who did that. A couple of guys come out of Schoolboys and just carved up in the NRL straight away. Yeah. It's fucking once in a lifetime. So be patient with the Sevens. Be patient with the Sam Walkers. And
Speaking of being patient.
It's his third year, but he's still 21 years old. He's still got another 15 years left in him probably. Yeah. You know what I mean? So you just got to cultivate, and I think the Roosters is the best team at that.
What about Moses? It's more drags on. You think it's what's your feeling there? What do you think he ends up?
I think he stays at Parra now. Yeah. Well, he'd be looking at the Tigers going, fuck that. And then...
Hey, he's 0-3 as well.
No, he's probably sees more upside with Parra.
It's a different 0-3.
Different one, mate. Don't you dare compare. I think he's going to stick with Parra now.
Yeah, you think?
Unless... unless. This didn't happen. That's a great... Awful take from PK. I'm going to go.
Oh, okay. All right. So you're gonna lean more awful take PK.
Yeah.
I think there's a little bit in it. I do think there's a little bit in it. With Moses, I just think he's in a position of power. I keep saying every time we talk about it, despite the 0-3 loss, that's not obviously ideal. But the longer he plays it out,
and I'm like, I don't think I like that combination, Sam Walker and Mitch Moses. Who's playing 6? Who's playing 7? I don't like that combination. I'd like a Moses-Keary combination better. But I don't think they'll ever get rid of Sam Walker.
Keary could probably mix and match with someone because of his experience at this point of his career as well. Anyway, interesting to see what happens.
Never a dull day at the Dragons, boys. Hook's going to have to reapply for his own job. So Benny Hornby, Dean Young and Jason Rolls are all listed as potential candidates as per Michael Shamus in the Herald. And they could all potentially beat the current coach to his own job. Scope, can you remember a time where anything like this has ever happened? Because this seems unprecedented.
No, but also I don't mind it, mate. For me, right? We fucking deal with this all the time. I did when we were players. There was often times where you knew for sure. For me anyway, I was always playing for contracts. So the fact that I like the fact that the Broncos, the Dragons were even upfront with him as well. Look, we're gonna get you to reapply for it. We've got other candidates for the job. It's almost like what happens to you in a playing group, Mace. Yeah, we've got you in the back row. We've got you in the front row. We've got a young kid coming off the bench, for example, Willie Mason. We got Sonny Bill Williams and Rennie Matua there. You know, they want your job. What are you going to do about it? Yeah. Same thing as a coach. You've got to step up to the plate. Yeah, it's unprecedented, and it's not the norm. And it does. The one part where I could see it create an uncertainty is, you know, you'd like to have stability at the top with your leadership, but has Anthony Griffin got that derg in him? What
is the norm? Is this shit happening? Like, he's fronting the board. The board's like, we're not happy with this. Yeah. We're going to, you know, you'll have to reapply. The fucking weirdest thing is, gets out in the public.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? That's the only thing. It's just like, fuck me, can we not keep this indoors? Like, every coach has to front the board, right? And go, all right, this is what we think, this is where we're going, blah, 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 blah. Fucking doesn't leave those rooms. But it tends to get out all the time at St. George.
It does.
And it's fucked. And it just, you know, it makes him look like a kid, like he's on, he's off contract. He's got to reapply for his job. That's the narrative now, where it's just the norm for coaches is them fronting the board, going, yes, we want you to stay. No, we don't. We're looking somewhere else. Yeah, fucking fine. I get it. This has been underperforming and underwhelming.
And Hook's been around for a minute.
And Hook's been around. He doesn't care about that. What he cares about is the shit getting out in the fucking paper 100%. And all through the TVs and all that sort of shit. Makes it look bush league, man.
There's too many leaks at the Dragons, eh?
There's
too much divide within
in that board, man.
Yeah.
It's the Illawarra and St. George board. Someone's not happy. They're going to leak it out. You know, I'm thinking someone from the St. George board or the Illawarra board doesn't like Hook. They want to get their St. George boys in, the Illawarra boys, all those boys that we just talking about, Rylesy, Benny Hornby, and Dean Young. Yep. All part of that fucking, apart from Rylesy, 2010 premiers there, all local juniors.
Rylesy would have been there 2010, wouldn't he?
No, he wasn't. He was at the Roosters.
Oh, did he?
He missed it.
Who was there? Luke Bailey and...
No, Luke Bailey's at the Titans. Justin Paul and fucking get out of my Wayman. There's your props there. He got a statue.
Fuck.
Yeah, got a statue down in his ground.
Fuck yeah.
It wasn't just.
He was a fucking hard cunt though.
Was it Pori? Pori was at St. George?
I think he was at PARRA at that
point.
No,
I'm sorry. Fucking
No. Pori didn't come over to us until...
I remember playing him in 2010.
No, he come over after he'd won because Wayne wouldn't pay for front rowers after
he wasn't in the side.
No, because he was 18th man. Who was the other prop?
Neville Costigan.
Nev
was front row. Go through the front. Go through the forward
Nev was in that team, but I know that Pori left because of that decision.
Yeah.
And then he went to PARRA on massive coin because Wayne's like...
Oh, yeah, Endo was our coach still. Yeah, he was too.
Yeah.
Front row, Neville Costigan, Dean Young at hooker and Michael Wayman.
Neville's whacking everyone, man. Yeah. Bo Scott.
Back row, Bro Scott, Ben Cray, Jeremy Smith.
Yeah,
bench of Nathan Feen, Trent Merrin, Matt Pryor and Jared Safi.
Yeah.
Fuck. It's a fucking no frill sort of pack, eh?
Blue collar pack.
Typical Wayne.
Yeah. So I think they want those guys back.
I'll tell you a funny story about Justin Paul too. So he come over in 2010. He was a big buy for us too.
Yeah.
Parramatta at the time because he come off like successful seasons. And he come over, he jokes around. He's a good laugh, Justin Paul. Called himself the top dog, TD, right? TD. So first game, he got fucking concussed off. Didn't come back on. So I started calling him T Dizzy Spells. That was his nickname moving forward. Can't roll around TD.
Oh, you cannot.
Can't call yourself the tip dog.
He was taking a piss, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
But he's semi-not.
He was semi-not, but he was a good laugh. Yeah. But I go, you can't call yourself the tip dog and not finish fucking round one.
Top Dizzy.
T Dizzy Spells.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so I reckon a lot of St. George fans, members, they'll be going, why haven't we got those three back? They're all assistant coaches in the NRL. They're all fresh-faced and they're keen as fuck to coach. Get them back.
Rollsy's at Roosters, right?
Yeah, they're all doing their apprenticeship at the moment. They're dual 3 years deep into all their NRL sides, being coached from some of the best roles. He's been underneath Bellamy and Robbo. So it's like, you know, and those other two can be the assistants, right?
Yeah.
I think it'd be a great team down there. I don't think it's all going to be just one person and then take their assistants. It could be just a fucking team there. Team of coaches. Like, I'm not sure whether Dean Young wants that. Dean Young's in North Queensland, right?
He's already
done. If he doesn't want to fucking come home.
He's already done interim there.
Way too hot.
Yeah.
That head looks sweaty.
Jason Riles would be almost favourite for the Melbourne gig too, eh? So Dragons may be playing this early, as in trying to get, like, if he's their candidate, you're trying to get on the front foot and get him before Bellyache decides, and then he decides to go back to Melbourne.
You try your best to get 3 of your local juniors back to be, and one of them to be the head coach. You You know, even if you get, like, just say Benny Hornby wants to be assistant still, depends what they want. If they're going, I want to be the fucking head coach, all three of them, then you're like, fuck, okay, then we'll interview and go through that process. But if they're talking, they'll be all good friends still. Whoever gets the job, I'll be the assistant. But then it's that. It's a money thing, right? Assistants get not as much as the big fucking dog. So there's the discrepancy, and they all know the big dog gets everything, and you're assistant coach. So
Is Rolsey a South Coast junior too? Would he have been South Coast come through, or was he
They're
Dragons?
all
South
all
Coast?
South Coast
I know
boys.
Youngie is for sure.
Yeah,
I wasn't sure about
and
Benny Hornby.
Yeah, they're all from down south. So
Yeah.
be a great story. I mean, I know one of them.
Yeah, is that a thumbs up for all three?
I fucking know they'll play with all three.
Yeah.
And I ask questions.
Would you have-
I need to know my teammates.
Would they have come through at the same time as you?
They are-
Aussie and New South Wales
Benny
teams, no?
Hornby, Rolsey, Dean Young was a couple of years younger, so he wasn't in the rep sides. But Benny Hornby and Jason Rolsey played Australia and New South Wales with those guys. All fucking great people, all three of them.
Yeah.
Would do a great service to St George. So if they're looking at one of those boys, any of them could get the tip. But I'm thinking Rolsey with his experience, grand final experience, Bellamy, Robbo. You've learned off two of the best right there.
The only question is whether or not Rolsey wants the job and whether or not he's going to hold out for Belzer to retire.
Yeah, but does he want Melbourne?
Well, does he?
Does he want Melbourne? That's the fucking worst. Like,
What would you prefer,
I'd
Melbourne
go
or
to St
Dragons?
George. I'd go to
Would
St
ya?
George.
Really?
Yeah. I would go to St George because it's like they're on the way up. I reckon St George aren't that bad.
Okay.
And Melbourne, you're leaving Craig Bellamy, arguably one of the greatest coaches. You're the predecessor.
Yeah, the pressure that comes
You
with
are not leaving your fucking, just say all the great coaches, they never leave the next guy with anything because they don't want him to succeed more than them. I've heard that from the greatest coach of all time. All the teams of fucking Wayne Bennett left. Who'd he leave? People that got fucking near wooden spoons. Triple OG ain't dumb. He fucking knows what's going on.
But also, it's hard to come in after a triple OG.
Yeah, I know, but but he makes sure he's fucking closing that door, and he's like, you're getting the fucking worst coach for the next couple of years. You are rebuilding, and you'll understand the legacy I leave on this club. That's what he's like.
Yeah.
You fucking burn the place down. He won't.
Well, speaking of legacies, and the legacy we're going to leave in the Levels Punters Club with our friends at the Tab. Our Bet's Friends channel special multi for this week. Mate, you're going to love this one. Levels, this is a proper me and you, triple OG scope. Manly to win for the first leg on Saturday. Yes. Manly versus the Rabbitohs. They're underdogs. And Rabbitohs lost a couple of middles in Totola, Hamasale as well. They get someone back. Jacob Host comes back into the back row that I was looking at before. But Manly are underdogs and $2.50. Let me have a look at that at the Tab where we got $2.40 now, so they've been pumped in as well. People have been paying attention to the LPC. For the second leg, I'm going to go your boys. I'm going to go the big boys as well. I'm going to go big kicks to score within the first 60 minutes.
That's where he does most of his damage.
Hey.
First 60, he's fucking on.
He all but scored on the weekend too when he, come off the left foot, popped the little board to Hayes Perham. Hayes Perham goes over untouched. Realistically, he could do it if he wants. He's got
put on a platter for you, Hayes.
Shawnee Johnson's had a nice start to the year, but still, Shawnee, questionable whether he's going to back up for a full year as well.
If you're looking at Kicks, Kicks has got some good movements, man.
He does, man. Because Kicks will get you, square you up, and then bang, take you on the
but
inside.
even in defence, like Shawnee, he don't like his ribs getting smashed, does he?
Yeah.
Fucking Kicks moves really good.
Yeah.
Fucking change. Like I've seen him at training, and like you don't want to dig into that line.
All right, so if you want to find that bet, you go into our link. We've got it directly in here, YouTube, Spotify, Apple. They're all in there. Go on the link. And then that way you can get straight into the Bet's Friends channels for us. The LPC, Levels Punters Club. It's the easiest way to get on, and you can find that bet. Remember, that multi is a $13 multi, max bet of $25. And remember to always gamble responsibly. But OG, I feel like being irresponsible on that one. Hey, but we're always going to stay responsible. We're always going to stay responsible. But without further ado, DJ TIGERTOWN, let's get to the pre.
Come on, DJ TIGERTOWN.
All right, boys. First game, Parramatta host Penrith out at Combank. Just a quick disclaimer, odds are accurate as of 4 o'clock on Wednesday. So Penrith are favourites at $1.37. Parramatta out at, just a quick disclaimer, odds are accurate with our friends at the Tab as of 4 p.m. Wednesday afternoon. So Penrith are favourites at $1.37. Parramatta sitting out at $3.15. Lions at 7.5. Scope, just quickly, I think this is about the second week in a row that Parra are playing somebody coming off a bye.
Yep.
And they've got the Chooks next week. Have NRL HQ put a line through their season?
They've made it tough for them, for sure. They'd be filthy.
Yeah.
They have come out and said it's just the nature of the draw and there'll be some other teams that have to deal with it. But it makes it even worse when you go 0-3. So it puts the pressure on for sure with that draw. So it's definitely not ideal.
No.
I'm going with Parramatta on this one, OG. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I'm going OG.
They've got Penrith's number.
Yeah.
I mean, not in the grand final, but fucking
Well,
most of the other ones.
They've beat them at least once in the past couple of years during the regular season. I think they might even got them twice in 2021.
Yeah, they've got a good record, man. Like
Yeah,
the last 6 games, they won 4 or something like that. So I don't hate that bet. I don't hate if they're ever going to draw a line in the sand and in the season, it's fucking now.
Speaking of lines, plus 7.5, 7.5 star. Do you like that? That's $1.95 with the tab.
Yeah, I do. I'd take that. I reckon they've still got the forward pack to do it. You know what I mean? Like
Madison comes back, he'll probably go to the right edge.
Madison will be looking,
just back to the bench.
hopefully thinking I'm not expecting him to come out and get man of the match, but I'm expecting fucking maximum effort.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's got a lot of making up to do, regardless of his decision. I don't hate him. I'm still going to go Penrith, but I think if they're going to draw like and say, all right, this is how season starts right now. We need to we can't go fucking 0-4. You can't. It's impossible.
But can the Panthers go 1-2 as well? The back-to-back champs. Both teams are going to be pretty desperate still.
Yeah.
Do you think having ideally you don't want them to buy this early either, right? You want to be playing footy.
Not a chance.
Yeah.
Not if you're Penrith. You don't give a shit. You know what I mean? You want the buy after Origin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like not anything before. You want the buy like round 19. Especially because all these young players, they're all going to be playing Origin or in some sort of rep game or something like that where, you don't want it early. What would they have, 2 games and then the buy? That's fucked. Someone's got to take it, bud.
Yeah, you don't want 2 games and then roll into the Marcus. For this, I'll go Parramatta head-to-head, Mace, and you can get $3.15 about that. I'm going to head-to-head and the line. I have a little play on both. I'm going to go for my grateful weight. I'm going to go Dylan Brown. I feel like this is a game he's got to step up. Yeah, he's missing Sean Lane, but Brycey Cartwright's been pretty solid there. I know it's has a cause and effect, but I feel like this is a game that he really needs to establish himself. He was running the ball well last week against Manly. He's racking up the carries. Yep. He's thereabouts. So I think this is one where he can convert that into some meat. And you get $6 anytime try score for Dylan Brown. In the Grateful Eight.
It's hard to score against Penrith.
It is hard.
Their fucking defensive system is so good.
Especially that right edge.
You're only going to get him. You're only going to get him on the wings. You know what I mean?
Support through the middle.
Dylan Brown could possibly get that, but it's hard for the middles. Harder for the middles to score, and it's hard for back rowers to score.
Yeah.
Because I think their defensive systems from the inside out is just built like a brick wall.
Yeah, especially edge.
You might get him on the edges with Taruva and some players making some mistakes there on the edge, but yeah, it's going to be hard.
Who's your pick, boys?
I'm Penrith.
Parramatta?
And you're Parra.
Yep.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
What's 1 to 12 Penrith?
Oh, I don't have that up.
I'll get it here. You keep going at TNT.
Yep.
Okay, beautiful. Friday, 6 p.m, Melbourne are back at home playing West Tigers. Our friends at the tab have Melbourne at $1.36. Keep in mind, obviously, that was before Hughes was ruled out.
Wow.
And Tigers Outsiders at $3.20. Line sits at 9.5. Can we win this one this week, Mace?
I think you guys have the talent to win most games. You just have been a little bit off. I think when Brandon Wakeham come on, he fucking changed the game because he just played direct. They went side to side to side, you know what I mean? And then a couple of hit-ups through the middle and then side to side. Like he straightened the attack up and it caused 3 tries. You know what I mean? So there's no hiding the fact that he's playing 6. You know what I mean? So forward pack can handle anyone, physicality-wise. Looks like a little bit more balanced in the back row with Papali'i back and Bateman and Pole at lock. You know, you got to play to your cattle here. You got fucking some hard men in that forward pack that love confrontation. Fucking give him the ball.
I got your bet for you, Mace. Penrith 1 to 12, $2.90. You like that?
Yeah, I like that.
You gonna put that in the LPC?
Yeah, put that in there.
Done.
You know, Dane Laurie off the bench, Alex Twal. You know, they're just like they're decent. They're man to man. They're better than Melbourne, like player wise. I just think they can get the job done. You know, look at that pack. It's big Stefano, Appy, Clemmer,
That's a big call.
Papali'i, Bateman,
you're not
and
feeling
Pollock.
Melbourne tonight.
Nah, I mean, like, look at it. They're just. I don't know.
You know what it is?
Melbourne's still going to get him. They just. They missed Munster, man. And Jerome Hughes.
Yeah, money's back this week though. You know the thing with Melbourne, Mason. This is what I think you're looking at too. I still think Melbourne are better on paper, but they're just not the Melbourne of old.
Nah.
You know how you used to look at their team and there was just like rep players all throughout it.
Yeah.
When you take out the 4 internationals that were in the forward pack, because you look at you always look at the back and go, yeah, the backs are right. You know, if you chip it in with Pappy or Nick Meaney or, you know, Warbrick's new, but Remus Smith he had potential honours there. Juzzy Olam, I know, plays for PNG. Xavier Coates does as well, but he played Origin. Prez, Romy, but the pack was full of like representatives.
Yeah. New Zealand.
They had Tui coming off the bench, a Fijian representative. You know, Harry Grant was the Australian 9. He wasn't always a lock to start over Cheese. Christian Welsh had established himself over the last couple of years.
Nas is coming off the bench or
Nas.
starting. Like, I think they really miss him.
Yep.
Like, you got some really like great workers in this pack. I just think, you know, I mean, the Tigers need to kick off their season as well. No better game than to kick it off with Melbourne. So I'm going to go the Tigers.
You going the Tigers?
Yeah.
Attaboy. Thanks, mate. Is there a world where Melbourne lose 3 in a row?
It fucking is now.
There
it's
is.
2023.
Well, especially if OG picks, and he's fucking been on fire. It does scare me. I'm going to stick with the man, the money, the Prez. The fact that he's back, I think he lifts the boys. I think he's their emotional leader. And just think back to that game 1, Mace. Like, if he doesn't come back on, they don't win. No way. But he comes back on with dislocated finger. So if he's
a different level.
If he's even 70%, like I don't say his finger's going to be like a compound fracture is not going to be 100%. No way. But if he's, you know, I was almost going to revert back to Cronk playing Origin. Nothing like that. Just enough to have his presence out there and lift all the boys. I think that's enough to get Melbourne over. But I'm not crazy confident either.
Yeah,
like
I reckon you think adrenaline and everything going through your body there with that first injury. He's just a tough motherfucker, man, Munster. Shit like that's never going to stop him. I expect that from him.
Yeah,
you know, like just like he'll come back on. I never really doubted him.
Yeah.
And
other people, you're like, yeah, sweet, but because it's Munster, you're like, oh, he's going to come back on.
He's going to come back on, and it's Melbourne as well. What do you think of Dewey at fullback? You got your wishes finally.
I think that it simplifies his role. I think that I was worried a little bit about his combination with Bateman. So whether or not he'd throw the short pass, because he's more inclined to either go himself or throw the long ball. So I think
takes that out now.
Sweeping outside of Bateman might actually work a bit better. I think that he marshals the defensive line quite well. My only question mark is his speed and his positioning in defence. I remember back in 2020 when we played him a fair bit, there was times where he did get found out, and if there's anybody who's going to exploit it, it'll be Cameron Munster.
I feel like he's muscled up too. Like he's not small. He'd be about 102.
Yeah.
Like he's fucking not small. He's about 6'3", 102. Like, you can move.
He's a big boy, man. Like he come into the NRL as a bit of a string band. I remember like when he first hit the scene with South.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's a solid guy now. I think you know, like I said on the review, ideally I think he'd like to play 6, but I'm not too worried about his speed. I think he'd be fine. If you can make up speed in that position, I believe, with one, having a good engine. If you've got a good engine and you make sure you put yourself in the best position, and footy IQ. Does he have the footy IQ for it, basically? A lot of the fullbacks, the best fullbacks, weren't necessarily the fastest or the fittest, but you can make up with it at IQ. Like GI's ability, he's got good speed, don't get me wrong, but his footy IQ is so underrated. The ability to pop up in the right spot. And then there's different sorts of guys. Then you've got guys like Billy and Teddy who are elite at the position because they're just always there.
Footy IQ plus fit as fuck.
Yeah,
it's crazy. I think they're going to miss Jerome Hughes, especially with his kicking game and how perfectly he places it and getting Dewey out of position where I'm not sure who's going to play 7, but you can sort of get at Munster.
Little Jonah Pezzett
on that left side, you probably get a little bit more kick pressure on Munster. I'm not sure how his release is going to go, how he holds the ball. Is his left or right arm?
Who, Jonah or Prez?
Jerome. Munster.
Munster is...
Where's the compound? On his right foot? Or his right arm or his left?
I can't remember.
I think it was on his right.
No, it was his wedding finger ball.
Left.
It was too. Yeah.
So he drops it with his left. So the ball drops.
It was his wedding finger on the other side, on the right.
Yes.
Yeah. It was wedding finger on the right.
So I'm thinking how he drops the ball, how he kicks. I don't know.
He's a left-hand carry, right-hand palm.
Yeah, so he'd be dropping it with his left.
Yeah.
So he should be fine. The right would just be guiding it down. Because if it was the other one, he'd probably struggling for grip.
I'm going to stick with his left edge partner as well too. Little Juzzy Olam. You get $2.40 at the tab about Juzzy Olam anytime. That's in my grateful eight as well.
That's good.
That's a nice bet. He's going to be fucking. It's a fairly newish sort of edge there for the Tigers in Kapoa, and I dare say Junior Tupou will both be on that side because Charlie Staines and Naden were playing on the left on the weekend together, weren't they?
Yeah.
No, I had Toops on the left with Naden. And then
because Charlie Staines started at fullback and then went to the right after
Charlie
Noffa went over.
Noffa. So you'll have Charlie and AJ, which is a brand new right edge, which.
So Noah Faluna is not even.
He's been dropped.
Noffa's been dropped.
Same as Offengawe, right?
Noffa's also been dropped.
Yeah, right. So I don't know. I fucking don't know. I went out on a fucking limb there to go with Tigers. I just think I saw a little glimpse of what they can do for 10 minutes, and it was fucking frightening.
Are you going to stick with DJ TIGERTOWN?
Yeah, I'm going to go with TIGERTOWN.
You, Scope? What's your pick?
Melbourne.
Okay, beautiful.
Melbourne, Juzzy Olam, anytime.
Friday night, Battle of Brisbane. It's actually a Redcliffe home game.
What a low game.
It is at Suncorp.
Thanks, Judiciary.
Our friends at the tab have Brisbane favourites at $1.29, Dolphins $3.60. Line now sits out at 11.5.
That's still too much for me. 11.5, 12 points. Yeah. 12 points.
It's tighter than that.
Yeah.
This game's still going to be close without Felice.
Yeah, Wayne's not going to allow this to get out of control. There's still be a heap of shitload of emotion.
Much pride in that jersey.
Who do you reckon? Do you think this is going to be a fucking proper bang first early and whoever gets in their footy after that?
Those days are gone.
Yeah.
There's no real mash up, bang it out, like let's go straight at each other because they've all got footwork and move really well. And Payne Haas don't give a fuck who he runs into. He's just going to run at you.
Yeah, that's true.
And he just run through you. Like same as Flegler's got some footy in him. Like Capewell and Ricky, like back rollers sort of just sit out wide. They don't really get involved that early anymore.
They've become more workers, eh?
Yeah,
both Capewell and Ricky this year, I think.
Yeah. And I just think most back rollers like it's such a massive defensive such a defensive component for back rolls now.
Defensive mindset.
Mindset, is it? Like it's just like you fucking got to get on all the kick chases.
Yeah.
You got to lead everything like that. It's such a fucking. You've got to be on, man. It's such a hard position for left and right side back rows because just say if you're a right side back row like Felice, right, one of the best defenders, but just say if you go through the middle a hell of a lot. You know, you got Kenny Bromwich, you got Jesse and all that sort of stuff. You might touch the ball for 3 sets of 6, and you've done fucking 4 sets, kick chase, nonsense. It's a fucking 60-metre sprint.
Yeah.
You come back. You do the
You're
same
leading
thing.
it. You're getting kick pressure.
You're leading it. And he's one of the best at it.
Yeah.
Capewell does that unbelievable as
I
well.
think they've made a real conscious effort, in particular with Jordan Nicky. I think, I think the problem that maybe Geordie's had in the past couple of years is he's tried to do everything. And because he's such a fucking gun attacker, really good ball runner, like a couple of times hit him for some nice fucking anytime jam. He's really pulled it back in, concentrated on his defense. Same as Capewell, bro. Remember,
and it sucks because I want fucking Ricky to hit holes.
Yeah, but still, like it's like
a fine balance, isn't it? For back rowers now,
team.
like I think the most complete back row we've got him kick out.
Yes.
Yeah,
plays fucking massive minutes. You still get early ball to him. Comes off his left foot, right palm. It's like he's like left arm carry as well. So he's got all these skills. Plays big minutes.
Short kick, cut.
Yeah, he's got a lot. You know what I mean? Like I think Felice was one of them. Like, who else is our best back rowers in the game?
Well, we'll see even Felice, bro. Like, think of when you think back to the last 3 rounds, what do you think of his defense?
Yeah.
You don't really he's had a couple of nice little tip-ons in the Roosters game, but, attack-wise, it's
traditionally the right side.
8 to 10 carries.
Traditionally,
maybe
right
8,
side,
60, 70 metres. Yeah.
Right side back rower is
30,
the fucking
35,
worker.
Yeah.
Because everyone's passing right to left. The left side back rower, like Sonny Bill was a gun left side back rower. So was Bobcat. Like kick-outs like that. Frank Pritchard. All left side back rowers, left arm carry. Like they fucking love it. And they always get early ball. It's and the right side always gets all the shit carries, and you just do all the dirty work.
Reckon Wayne's mind games are going to be in Brisbane's head?
No, it's sort of died down now already, hasn't it? There hasn't been much chat recently. Maybe it'll pump up tomorrow, just before the game after captain's run. Wayne will try to get something into it, but the Triple OG is probably even too smart now. It's like,
Do you reckon that the judiciary realises like how much they fucked up a game? Like all the energy's gone out of this game simply because like I'm not even like because KAUFUSI's out.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I reckon like no one's even really talking about it that much.
You shouldn't take that into consideration, but the fact that it was such a poor decision is the reason that it's ruined it. Like, just say
that's what I mean.
It doesn't matter for me if fucking Jonathan Thurston's not ruled out out of a grand final if he actually did something wrong.
That's what I'm saying. But
it sucks as a fan, but you're like, all right, if he fucking head-eyed someone or he tripped someone, whatever, you got to stick to the rules no matter what, black and white. Otherwise, you can't break the rules. But the thing that pisses me off is like Felice's one's like didn't warrant it. Doesn't warrant time off. A warning.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it has ruined an aspect of the game.
It has ruined the game. Well done, boys.
Tommy Flegler moved into the front row too, getting the start now. They move Corey Jensen back to the. That's a sign of intent.
I think
from Kevin.
They did
It is.
sort of alternate between the two of them.
Yeah.
Sort of last year.
Oh, so he started with the because I'm pretty sure Flegler's been rocking the 16, so maybe
He has been.
Yeah, so maybe he's been starting games and.
Remember last year he come out. I think he was injured at the start of the year, and that Jensen got the nod, and he did a job.
No,
pretty,
you know he did.
Pretty well.
Kenan Palacia started last year for him.
Yes,
and he was playing really well.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
So
it's
he's
all
on the
because of
bench,
Flegler's injury. Like he just gave that spot up. Big boy.
Broncos boys, is that your pick?
Yeah.
Okay.
I wonder would
And
it
I'm
change?
going to go Ezra Mam anytime.
Would it change if Felice was playing?
Ezra Mam anytime was that scope?
Yeah, Ezra Mam for my anytime try scorer, and probably still not Mace. No,
Same.
yeah.
Second Queensland derby.
I think it would be closer though for sure.
Yeah, it'd be better.
No.
Second Queensland derby, North Queensland
Just
versus
want to go
Gold
in on the
Coast.
fucking judiciary all the time.
Sorry, DJ talk there.
That's all right. Cowboys and Titans. Fuck, I'm not used to this.
Sorry for that, DJ TIGERTOWN.
That's all right, mate. Up at, I was going to say dairy farmers like you last week.
Classic ground.
Up in Townsville. Cowboys favourites $1.45. Gold Coast $2.75. Line sits at 6.5. North Queensland going to bounce back this week?
Ooh. Watch the tape on North Queensland.
Yeah.
It's fucking not good
Underwhelming.
signs.
It was underwhelming.
Underwhelming at its best.
I watched it sparingly with the Warriors game in an Uber going back on Saturday, and then I went back and watched it again.
But
Because I was more interested in the Warriors, but I was like more disappointed in the Cowboys.
But obviously the way that we watch it, it's like Eagle Cam and all these other fucking angles is alarming. And that's the way they'll be watching it. It wasn't just on ball like you're watching on Fox Sports. We watched, you watch the different angles on that analytics shit. I was like, holy fuck. Plays having plays off. Proper. Guys
because you're playing the Warriors. Yeah, so you've
so
seen the film. You're watching the film.
We reviewed the Warriors.
okay.
And it was the Cowboys. Far out. So I think it's all fixable because they all look like effort plays.
Well, speaking of effort plays, they're missing the effort player of fucking doom. Ruben Cotter, the dog, he's out. Ruben Cotter's out.
Titans. Done. Titans win. If the dog's out.
They did come off a good win last week. Will they go 2 in a row, Scope?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I'm on him. I'm riding him again. Yeah. I had him against the Storm and I've got him against the Cowboys.
Beautiful.
I think there's something about the Titans with I'm just trying to it's yeah, I know. I'm trying to get it right with like they've got controlled energy this year, if that makes sense, mate. Like they've still got all these young, flamboyant I was gonna say scat humans. Scat C's, and I was like figuring out the right way to say it.
Scattered humans.
I was gonna say scat cunts, right? That's what I was gonna say, and I was stuck, and I was like, surely there's got to be a better description to it. Like they're all lunatics. Shot, fucking Sammy, Alejandro Brimson, like Fafita, Jaden Campbell comes off the bench. Aaron Clark is just like, he can do anything. Like, he's capable of anything on his given day. Like,
looks like a well-balanced pack.
yeah, they're just
Big smoking
they're
Joes
just
in the back
controlled.
row.
They're just controlled enough for me this year. So
Chris Randall. Any news? Where's he from?
he's the young kid from the Knights. He transferred in the off season.
Swap with Greg Marju.
Yeah.
So
He's a good pickup for him because he's just 45 tackles a game.
All he needs
Early
to do is
service.
make his tackles, give the ball to Tino,
Mate,
Fodawaker,
That's it. Early ball to the boys, to the halves. So he just does a solid job for him. He was good on the weekend too.
Yeah. Did you see Taumalolo? He got that Wade Egan. See what
Yes.
he did?
Yeah.
Oh, you've got to give respect to Egan to even put his fucking body there.
Yeah. He's a dog.
Come off his right, and then just like Egan had to be there.
Yeah, he
like,
was
because that's just him being a dog.
Yeah, he was covering. He
I
was
know.
just like slipping
he
in behind.
didn't want to.
He didn't want to
because he's seen it come off the bang, bang, bang right. He's going to straighten up. He's not playing this week.
Yeah, he's
been fucking really good for the Warriors.
He
so
has been. He's
thank you.
been. He's been their best player. For the ball. Thanks, Ducks. Sure, Tego.
just back to this game.
Fuck, they've still got a solid lineup, man. Look at the pack: Jordan McLean, Reece
Yeah, but
Robson,
they're
Griffin
off,
Neem,
mate,
Collins.
they're off.
Yeah,
They are way off compared to what they were last year, and I think it could be a little bit of a slump.
okay.
It's fucking dangerous.
It's
Unless this will be the game where
I just don't like the price about it, right? I think this game should be the Cowboys should be favourite due to the respect and you respect the lineup. $1.75, $1.80, but $1.45 is too short. So give me the Titans plus 6.5, and I'll take the head-to-head as well. And I'm going to go again, Alejandro Brimson.
Yeah,
We're going again. I'm not going to get off him just because
he's sharp, man.
he's sharp. He's in it around.
He's going to
there.
exploit those middles. Those middles, they've taken some. I don't know. Watching the video, it's not as ferocious like they were last year.
They lost that dog about them.
Defensively, they're not hit. They were really, really physical last year. Every fucking game for 80 minutes. So I'm pretty sure that's what they're addressed. That's what they've addressed. Big Rod Payton's addressed that, and it would be interesting to see how they react. I'm just going off if they continue what they did last week. This pack and these forwards from the Titans are way better than the Warriors. They're more explosive, they've fucking bigger bodies, and got more skill.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going off. And I'm pretty sure the Titans watch the same video that we have, and they're coming through the front door.
To sum up, Gold Coast?
Yep.
Titans.
Beautiful.
What are they paying anyway? $2?
$2.75.
That's good bet.
Only 2 games on Saturday, boys. The last one's
Thank
South.
fuck, it takes too long.
South and Manly.
So I've only got fucking half a Super Saturday in me now.
Yeah.
Unless they're cracking games. I
Yeah.
get the 3 p.m. and the 5:30. I'm like, fuck, 7:30's getting me.
Yeah. Especially when the pony's going on in the background too. And you got Flip, the
Look at you,
OG.
fuck.
OG Flip's fucking.
Yeah, I'm just like, fuck, I'm watching YouTube and shit, and I get caught down the fucking rabbit hole, and I'm like, whoa, it's 11 o'clock. Footy's over.
Well, your Sunday session ability better be fucking
Sunday's
decent.
better.
3
Sunday's
I love
better
a
for
Sunday.
three.
I love a Sunday.
Sunday, kick the feet up, enjoy. Just
But
fucking.
plus once, because we've been playing on Saturday or Sunday. So I'm like, I could get that game, and I can't really get all 3 in. Especially on a Super Saturday.
Yeah.
Speaking of Super Saturday, so South's are favourites, $1.58. That's what our friends at the tab have them penciled in as. Manly out at $2.40.
Oh, so disrespectful.
Value. Line sits at 4.5. Scope, are you guys going to go? It'll be 3 in a row, I guess.
Unbiased aside, I think Manly are the better team right now.
Yeah.
Not on paper. Right now, they're playing. Well, obviously, Rabbitohs have dropped a couple after a nice start against the Sharks, but they haven't been disgraceful. Don't get me wrong. The Rabbitohs, I still think they're going to be a competitive team, but I just think the juices are flowing towards the Northern Peninsula, the Northern Beaches, Mace, and
Yeah.
I
don't hate your bet. I mean,
they're a confident game.
yeah, they look like they're riding on confidence. I'm just looking at that forward pack: Paseka, Croker, Trebojevic, Olakuatu, Tuolangi, Aloe. It's fucking. They're not scared of anyone. They are not.
Who do they fear? If that pack, if you really look at it on
No one.
face value,
Saluka, Fafita.
if they play the entire year, Paseka, Croker, Jakey Trebojevic, or play 90% of the games, Homoli Olakuatu, good matchup, bro. Keelan
Yes.
Koloamatangi and Olakuatu for that right edge spot for the Origin. There's been talk
Yeah.
this week already.
Koloamatangi just on that right edge. Who would you put at lock? Just say if Koloamatangi is right edge for Australia, which Cam Murray has been.
Yeah.
Who are you picking at lock? because Cam Murray at lock with CONULLA is a fucking great combination. Even though Isaiah, he deserves it, but they did lose last year, so any team can go.
Is Kean more likely to come off the bench?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, if he kills it every single game like he has been, he's been the best back row in the game.
Well, I look at Cam Murray's versatility coming off the bench for Australia last year in the finals. He went well. So I reckon there's an opportunity, and I think, New South Wales is going to be so stacked.
They're going to be stacked, eh?
They're going to be so stacked.
Freddie's got some headaches. He's got some proper headaches, even at 9. Fucking.
I'm going Olaquatu, by the way, but.
You going Olaquatu as a starter?
Starter
on that right edge.
Yeah, he's in good nick, man.
I like him. I like him. But does he? Who was the starter?
You'd go Koloamatangi, starting right edge, New South Wales right now.
Yeah, Koloamatangi.
Yeah.
I'd have Hamoli's coming off the bench.
Okay.
For sure. Just fucking in the middle.
So either way, you like both of them in the team.
I would have both of these guys. One of them starting, one of them coming off the bench, or if not, 2 of them coming off the bench. Because they can play anywhere and big minutes.
Oh, what about Gus's spot's up for grabs too now, eh? Angus Crichton, because he's not playing, so the left edge is up for grabs too.
Well, you can put Cam Murray on that left edge,
like and then bring one of these off the bench.
He was a couple of years ago. Cam Murray. He's very versatile, but it's probably something that's probably going to hurt him. Cam Murray being so versatile.
You still keep racking up fucking rep jerseys.
Yeah,
though.
but he comes off the bench. He can start. He can do anything. Probably should be nearly captain.
I'd start Yo Lock.
Yeah.
Olaquatu right. And I think Koloamatangi's versatile.
If we're picking right now, so the beauty is we've got about nine games to go.
Go and look at. Can you look at game 3 for me? Who was the back row? And it was Gus and Crichton
and Cam.
And Cam, right?
Yeah, and they might have put Cam off the bench.
Liam Martin.
We
forgot about Liam Martin.
So Liam Martin's that right side.
So Liam Martin's got right side lock. Correct?
Yes, yeah.
Or could you? He's probably more versatile to move to the left for Gus, I reckon, because he plays left and right for Penrith.
Yeah.
So I reckon that right edge will become available.
This is a headache, right?
Yeah. All right, so here we go. I'm going to work through it now. We'll work through it. Give me Liam Martin on the left. He's a lock. He's the first back row selected too, by the way, for me. He was probably Australia's best forward in the final.
Killing it this year too.
I'll go... Yeah, I like Olaquatu better, but I think I'm with you with Koloamatangi starting, and then you bring fucking Olaquatu off the bench. That's fucking...
And you don't
at
like...
the 30-minute mark.
You don't complicate it. You just go get in the middle and destroy everyone.
He can play anywhere, eh?
Yeah.
He can play in front row.
Right, left, front row, back row. He's just a player. You don't need to complicate that shit because all these edge moves go out the fucking water. Go out the window, I mean. Out the fucking water. Go out the window in Origin. You just play big and strong.
Some cunts go to water when it comes to Origin.
There it is. So just back to this game, is there a world where South can get this job done?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. This is
us just on the back of injuries. Momentum.
Yeah.
They won 3 in a row. To any team. You're going to go into a game going, no one can fucking beat us.
I just think these two. I think this game's closer to a coin flip than what the Tab have got it. So if I can get 240 about the Bird Gang, give me Manly and I'll take the +4.5 as well. And for any time, I'm going to go Christian Tuipulotu. Jackson Boller had some success there on the right-hand side for the Rabbitohs. Still just on the edges a little bit vulnerable as well. So Manly have shown favouritism towards left, obviously off the back of Josh Schuster's form in that game. I just think they mix it up. I know, just a mindset of going into games sometimes.
Yeah, I'm back in Manly.
Yeah, Mason, you go so well on the left edge, and now everyone thinks it's going to be all left edge, and then you come and hit them on the right.
Yeah, like South have been doing.
Yeah.
It'd be good. Lucky Ilias probably played his worst game since he got dropped last year. It would be. I
didn't think it was that bad, mate.
Just the drop balls, man. Crucial times and some penalties, mate. Some real crucial.
But I was watching it live too at the field.
You wouldn't expect. I was watching him and he was just some real momentum switches. Be interesting going against the two long necks, Cherry Evans and Ilias.
Both on Manly boys.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah,
right,
just talk my way into it. I like the way they play.
Yeah,
it's a matchup nightmare.
First of 3 games on Sunday, New Zealand Warriors host the Bulldogs.
The Dogs.
The Dogs.
Warriors favourites at $1.74 with the Dogs out at $2.10. Line is short, sits at 1.5. Is this the first time in a few years that the Dogs have gone on over to NZ?
Ages, yeah, 3. And this traditionally is a fucking bash-up game. And the Warriors deserve to be favourites.
I thought the Dogs went over last year.
No, that was us, Wes. Oh,
no, they did. The Dogs went over, Mace.
I'm not sure.
I feel like the Fox took an intercept there last year. I could be wrong. TNT, get it up.
Could be Wellington or something. I don't know.
I'm getting there.
That's
anyway,
smart.
how are you feeling about the trip over?
So the guys will travel tomorrow, so they're there for 5 days all up. Probably their longest trip for a while. But have a look at the stats at the Warriors. They deserve to be favourites.
You're right, Scope. Just quickly.
Yep. What round? Round 20?
Round 22.
Ooh, fucking.
Yeah, fucking hell.
It was close.
I've missed a few things of late too, so I'm glad I got that one right. I put Dury in the
That was
Lebanese team, and who else? I got one. I stuffed up on the Broncos getting beaten by the Bulldogs round 3. I was way off on that too. I think they got dusted by the Cowboys the week after.
So the Warriors back 5.
I was due.
Back five is leading. Like if there's a stat of the back 5, who's made the most meters? It's fucking Warriors.
Warriors. Yep.
I think they're like top 3 in completions and all these other things like standing and play the balls, completions, all that sort of stuff. Like they're all top 1, top 2, top 3 categories that if you win those things, you win the game. So they're doing all the fundamental stuff really well.
Yeah, they deserve to be favourites.
And they deserve to be favourites, right?
Yep.
So we're going over there. We're not changing any of our game plans. You know, we're going to do what we've been building on. You know, our back 5 was outstanding. Our middles, you know, we've got a big job. We've got a big job because look, Fanua Blake, Bunty Afoa, they're gonna Freddie Lussick and Tohu Harris is their middles. There's no secret where the Warriors want to play. They're going to come through straight through our front door. Max King, Sutton, Reid Marnie, and Raymond Faitala-Marin have got a big job, and they know that. And it'll be interesting to see because I said traditionally this game is a fucking belter. You go over the Warriors. Who gives a fuck? You wearing that jersey? It's on. It doesn't matter if we're coming first or they're coming last or vice versa.
Yeah, correct.
It's on.
Big job for your bench as well. Because they got a little second wave that comes on too with Dylan Walker and Jazzy Navanga.
Mate, 100%. He changes the game, Dylan Walker. He comes on and he sprints.
Yeah.
And he just goes balls out and he goes as hard as he can. Chaz Tavanga plays some good football. Bailey Syrian and like Tom Ale. You know, we do have a big job. You know, like Ockenball didn't play anything last week. You know, Corey Waddell limited, Tanner limited, Farmanu Brown limited, probably all less than 30 minutes. So when they do come on, they need to earn their minutes.
It says a lot about they've pushed, and this is a bit on Mutters Curran too. Josh Curran's been pushed to 18th man as well now.
I rate Josh Curran.
Yeah.
There must be something going on there. He'd be in the 17 for most teams. Yeah, I just, you know,
I think we just
got to keep building. We've got to keep building. We've got to keep working. We've got to keep working on the things that we've been doing all preseason and into the season. And we'll just see what happens. I can't fucking wait.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a sick game. I think it's going to be one of the better games of the round, actually.
And you know, it always gets like, you know.
And the Tab have got it like that too with, you know, they can't split it. $2.10 and $1.74. Yeah, it's playing out a little
look,
bit.
you know, Hayes Perham's from Rotorua. Paul Alamoti's got family there. You know, Kicks, Itala Mariner. All these boys, Farmanu Brown, you know, from New Zealand, man. Like, remember we used to play in New Zealand? It was, you know, the Sunny Bills. I was born there. Roy, Matt Utai, like Willie, anyone who was Polynesian, that they all thought we should be fucking playing for New Zealand. That's how it was back then. It was like, fuck you guys, what are you doing over there? Like, and you watch some highlights when fucking we went at the Warriors, Paliacina and all that sort of shit, man.
Games.
Fucking, it was brutal, absolutely brutal. Like they've got us as many times as we've got them. We've had some real bangers over there. So expect it. As I told the boys, expect fireworks. They're going to come straight through.
All right. So for my anytime jam for this one too, as you can imagine, because of my bet with the LPC, I'm rolling with Kicks, Villiam and Kick out. Anytime for this bet. This one's anytime. The other one is in 60 minutes for the LPC.
Oh, it's anytime.
This is just anytime for this one.
There's a lot of damage early, but doesn't he? He looked destructive last week.
He'll knock it over early for us.
And so he's going up against Shaun Johnson.
Shawnee Johnson.
Not the best defender. He'll put his body in front, but if
he has this year, definitely.
Kicks is fucking bigger than you think.
Hit him on the outie.
And he's got moves. Burton moves. That left edge is pretty dangerous.
Yeah.
So it's a good
I think
bet.
Kicks
It's
is
a
as
good
big
bet.
as I think he is.
That's
Kicks
a
is
good.
big. Yeah.
I think he's about 6'5", right?
Yeah, I think he's
about
huge.
118.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he looks like. Big. Yeah, he's big. Yeah, he's exactly what you think.
He's exactly what I think. All right, give me Kicks anytime. $3.60 with the tab, and I'm going to take your dogs. $2.10.
Yeah,
Nice.
Beautiful. Second game on Sunday.
Yuck.
Newcastle hosting the Raiders.
Oh, mate.
Our friends at the tab have Canberra at favourites $1.43, Newcastle $2.85. Line sits at 7.5.
Sorry, DJ TIGERTOWN. That was so fucking genuine too, that yuck.
Oh, mate. I just went, oh, no. I haven't looked at the draw yet. Fuck.
Canberra, all right. Canberra beat
It's at Newcastle as well. I feel sorry for the fans.
Yeah.
They're hardcore, man.
Yeah.
Hopefully the boys come up and just can rip in as hard as they can. I love Newcastle fans.
Yeah.
I don't care. The worst,
They're down on troops.
they are. That's what I'm saying. I mean, I don't mind a full strength Newcastle going up against Canberra.
Yeah. Still no Ponga. Still
Yes.
no Brayley. Still no Jacob Saifidi. Look, I think on the extended bench, where is he? Still there? Yeah. Frizz in 22. Pardon me. So that's interesting. He must be a chance of playing if they've got him in the 22.
Yeah, I mean,
Jack Hetherington, I think, comes back in. He might have missed a week.
Dom Young out, which I find interesting.
Yeah,
Margaret
Dom
in.
Young's been dropped. Yeah.
what?
Dom Young's been dropped from Greg
Would he
Marzhew.
get dropped if he wasn't going
No
to
way.
Roosters? And that's a fucking shit go. So you want to pick your
He
best
was
17.
he was awful. Don't get me wrong. He had a awful game. He had a couple of really bad reads against who they played, the Titans. Who they played last week?
Dolphins.
Dolphins, right? Yeah.
Is he Dolphins?
Tessie New scored 3 tries on that edge, and then he had the drop ball at the end in the second last try when the game was on. But it's 100% he's been dropped. There's no way he doesn't get dropped if he's just re-signed.
Greg
at Newcastle.
Marzhew, right? Great ball runner.
Yeah.
I know where they're going. Whatever edge he's on, they're coming down that massively. Is he right edge? Is he right wing or left wing?
He's
Well, if it's
filling in for
Dolphin,
Dom Young,
correct.
but he's a left edge winger. So I dare say I think Heimel Hunt's more versatile.
Yeah, but wherever he is, they're coming for him. So if he's off,
Well, I'm on James Schiller, who's the right edge
you're the fucking
winger.
best.
We're on the same page with this, OG.
Yeah, yeah.
My only time is James Schiller because I think Greg Marzhew will play on the left, and he's still, for as good as a ball runner is, there's a reason that he's not in it.
Yes.
There's a reason that he's not in first grade consistently. He makes poor reads as well. So
That's
he might score a couple. He might run out. He'll probably
He'll
run
give you
for
200
15,
of the best.
200
He'll
meters.
give you massive hardcore carries, which you expect, but stopping a try and scoring a try, I'd rather him stop 3.
Are Canberra going to go 2 in a row here? Is it fairly
Canberra's,
straightforward?
yeah, I love that. Tomoko kid was good.
Yeah, Tim McCall's nice.
You know, look at that forward pack for a bunch of fucking OGs. Look at this shit. Papali'i,
Big Pups is back.
And he's back. He's their fucking king. Hudson Young, Animal, Elliot Whitehead, Corey Hawira-Naya, fucking Zach Wolford.
Zach Wolford's back in, man. I like Zach Wolford. Hey,
Who
Danny
was the
Levi.
9 at
Danny
the start?
Levi. Danny
Yeah,
Levi
I remember that.
broke his jaw last week.
Oh, fuck. So is Tom Starling.
I don't think they lose anything
The
with Zach Wolford.
Horsburgh.
Horsburgh.
The Horsburgh. What happened with Ricky? Did someone call him a weak-gutted dog?
No,
Give me
it was-
some context.
So Royce Hunt and Corey Horsburgh had a bit of a scuffle.
got that
in him,
Sunday
the Horsburgh.
night.
Yeah, no. So they were having a bit of words. Horsburgh grabbed him at the scrum, and then he, as Royce Hunt was trying to run a rainbow, Horsburgh knocked him over. So Royce Hunt comes back in, just give him a little huss, fucking huss across the fucking chop. And he got sent for 10, bro. It was a really soft sent for 10 as well, actually. And Horsburgh, nothing. He was sweet. He got away with it. He played the game.
The mythical
Fast.
creature, the Horsburgh.
But was there?
Fast forward to today.
Yes.
The
Okay.
Horsburgh.
And in the press, Royce Hunt was asked about the confrontation, and he called Horsburgh a weak-gutted dog.
Was he taking a piss, but?
He was taking the piss.
Yeah.
He was
All right, you
taking
can take
the
that out
piss.
of context, which they're trying to.
Well, yes. It's been all over Twitter, but yeah, it was
It's a
all
joke.
tongue-in-cheek.
Yeah.
It was
Oh,
a
yeah.
joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good. I like
Can't
it.
call the Horsburgh that.
Yeah, we get it down.
That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, that's the best. I love that from Royce Hunt.
Yeah, it's good. Bit of banter.
What are your bets here, Scope?
Raiders.
I think
13+.
Raiders are just going to power through them. Like, look at the, respectfully to this bench, got Kurt Mann at lock. It starts at lock, right? An undersized 13 already. Really good ball player. Phoenix Crossland on the bench. My boy Matt Mudders Croker and Jackie Johns. very light. Yeah, Jack Hetherington's the only one with any size. Then you go over fucking Mudders Horsburgh, Mudders Goulet, Mudders Solo.
They're big.
They're big boys. And even their lock is Corey Huddleware and Naira. Like, I think because Elliot Whitehead plays that middle role now. Corey plays on the right, Huddy on the left.
They got a good
and then you got Mudders Papali, he's back. OG Mudders Papali, he's
that
back.
That is Mudders fucking forward pack, isn't it?
Yeah, I made when I made my Mudders 17 the other year. There's like four,
fucking 6.
There's like 4 or 5 from the Raiders. Even Jordan Rapiner was my Mudders winger.
Yeah.
And I messaged them all and they're all stoked. They were all pumped to be a part of the team. I go, hey bro, just gonna give you the heads up. I'm about to chuck you in Mudders United, and they go, fuck, what an honour.
Brilliant.
Sticky loves the Mudders down there, and he's fucking.
That's his recruitment. That's how you pick players.
Mudders United. That's how he picks them from.
He's got a physical player profile.
Yeah,
fit that
that's how you recruit. If you don't fit the Mudders, you're not in.
So both on Canberra, boys?
Yep.
Yeah.
And my anytime try scorer is, like we spoke about before, we're going to attack Greg Marju with James Schiller. Right edge winger for the Canberra Raiders.
Final game of the round, St George Illawarra will host Cronulla. Cronulla start favourites $1.53 with Nico back. St George out at $2.50. Line is at 5.5. Scope, St George look very good for about 60 odd minutes.
Yeah.
On Saturday night. Are they going to give Cronulla a decent run here?
I hope so. I hope they don't lose too much confidence from that last 10 minutes, because they went toe-to-toe with what
Heavyweights.
I think a lot of people were saying is the most informed team of 2023 so far, Brisbane Broncos.
Easy.
Easy. I think a lot of people would be saying that. They're the best team this year for the first 3 rounds. And Dragons went 70 minutes with them, man.
Yeah.
They dropped off. They got Payne Haast in the last 10 minutes. That's it. But before that, like they were going toe-to-toe, man. A couple of little errors. And were obviously really, I thought they were, again, had their backs against the wall against the Titans team that's proved to be a bit of a player this year as well. Found a way in that game, went on and kicked on and won comfortably. So I hope the Dragons don't just, if anything, it's maybe the noise is going to be the thing that fucks with the Dragons more so this week than anything. So it'll be interesting to see what their response is like, Mace. Yeah. I think it's a tricky game for the Sharks, but Nico's back too. Nico Hines is back.
This is the local derby. They fucking hate each other. So they'll get up for this game. Dragons and Sharks, always brutal. St George will be taking a lot of confidence out from last week. They won't be going, oh my God, we're that sort of team again. They're like, no, we nearly fucking smacked Broncos. We should have beaten the Broncos. That should be the narrative this week. And we're going to roll into the fucking Cronulla, and they're not coming in on our home ground and fucking beating us.
A little adjustment too for the Dragons, Mace. Zachary Lomax moved over from the right to the left, and Moses Silly went over to the right. And you know what it does too? Fucks off that little flick pass that Zachy had. Like, yeah, he hit it every now and again, but I felt like he missed more times than most last year, in particularly. I think he had it down pat the year before where he was doing it really well, and then he just overdid it. Yeah. And he put on a nice little try for Ravalawa.
His skill set is the highest honours.
He's got origin potential, doesn't he?
The highest honours in his skill set and his capabilities. So find the right system, the right coach, the right players. Zach Lomax could be up there with some of the best centres in the game. And I think he'll take this shit personal if he's going against Ramian or Talakai. He's a good defender. He's aggressive as hell.
He'll be on Ramian's side if he stays.
He'll be on Ramian.
Yeah,
if he's on the left side, he'll be on Ramian. And
that's a good battle.
They'll be going at it, man.
That's a physical battle.
Sully and Talakai, fuck.
Yeah, it's good.
It's
a good game, eh?
The more I'm talking, Tyrell Sloan's like Will Kennedy. They're sort of similar players, man.
Yeah, we talked about that 2 weeks ago.
That backline, bro. I'm not hating what St George has got. Yeah, I'm St George. I'm going St George.
Yeah, you're going Dragons, 250.
I am.
Is Nico going to hit the ground running?
Calf ones are tough. Soft tissue injuries, when you spend about 3 or 4 weeks off, it takes a while to get confidence back. It takes you about 2 or 3 weeks.
A lot of passing to begin with.
And
he ain't digging off.
But that's his game. He's a ball runner, Mace.
Yeah.
That's where he does his best work.
You don't mind if you're St George and he's ball playing. I mean, you know what I mean? He's not digging in the line. He's just distributing the ball, this, that. There's no fucking show and goes. There's no running yet. So,
you know it's a big game for?
St George has got him.
You know it's a big game for? Moiser. So Moiser's held on to that spot with him as well, off the back of Braden Trindle's out on real form. So, be a big game for Moiser and Hines, I think.
Yeah, there's a lot to play for. And they fucking hate each other. Rivalry game. I love seeing them. And St. George like, you know what? We're not that fucking team. Yeah, we're that team's going to win games. And it's their home game. Is it at Cogra?
Nestrata, isn't it? Isn't Nestrata the one down in Wollongong?
Nestrata Jubilee, which is Cogra.
Is it Cogra? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Worst name. Awful name.
Nestrata Jubilee.
It used to be Okie Jubilee.
I was going to say Okie.
Yeah.
But I just forgot. I used to play the Okie Jubilee.
Brendan Okie.
That's fucking it.
That's it. Wait, let me get into it. A bit of anytime jam. My anytime jam for this game is I'm going Sio Sifa Talakai. He's been fairly quiet. You know, had a couple of bad reads. I think Moyes is going to be pumped for a big game. Therefore, that left edge is going to be humming. With Nico Hines coming back, I think they're going to take a lot of responsibility. They're going to be up for a big game. I'm going to go Sharkies. You going Dragons, AG?
I'm going Dragons.
I don't hate it, but I'm going to go the Sharks. And I'll give a Sio Sifa Talakai. So let's roll through the Grateful 8 for this week. Kicking it off, Parramatta against Penrith. I'm going Dylan Brown, anytime, $6. Melbourne Storm against the West Tigers. Give me Juzzy Olam, $2.40 at the tab. The Dolphins are the home team against the Brisbane Broncos at Suncorp. I've got Ezra Mam, $2.50. Alejandro Brimson away, a.k.a. AJ Brimson, is playing the Cowboys away for the Gold Coast Titans. Souths are at home at Acor out at Homebush against Manly, but I'm going Christian Tui Polotu. I'm going your boy, Viliami Kikau. The Bulldogs travel to New Zealand to play the Warriors, Mace, at $3.60. We're attacking Greg Marju's edge. Hopefully, we're going to go James Schiller anytime, $1.75. Newcastle at home against Canberra. I think Canberra are going to be too strong on that. And the Dragons are at home against Cronulla Sharks, but I'm going to go Sia Sifa Talakai at $4 for the Grateful 8. Good luck to everyone having a little bit of punt. Remember to gamble responsibly. DJ TIGERTOWN, what do you got for us just to finish off?
Just a reminder that you can find all LPC markets on the Tab app under the Bets Friends module.
Come find us. Let's see. We're going to roll. I've got a big week coming this weekend.
The Grateful 8 could work this week.
I hit 5 from 8 last week. Low key. Low key, I hit 5 from 8. So I'm humming. So I went 2 in week 1, 3 in week 2, 5 in week 3. So I'm either going to hit 7 or 8 this week. Put it that way.
Solid.
He's growing.
Let's get into it. All right. See you next week on the review.
See you.